Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another board game unboxing. This is a game called Fields of Arle. As you can see, it's by Uwe Rosenberg, who did such classics as Agricola, Caverna, Feast for Odin, Mercator, among many, many others. Or at Laboro, which we just recently did. And this is Fields of Arle. This is a game we've been highly anticipating. It's mostly a solo game, although it does have two players can play this. As you can see, it says game for two. And we actually got the expansion. The expansion came in before we actually got the base game, so we've been waiting on this. We had an issue with a delivery service. Apparently they didn't have a physical address to address it to send it to, so we had a PO box. And it ended up getting sent to our former house, which we lived in here in Gardner. And thankfully, one of the a lady that lives there now got a hold of me on Facebook and told me that she had a package for me. So thankful for that. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to Fields of Arle. It's published by Z-Man Games. And again, like I said, Uwe Rosenberg. It's a game about farming, as you can tell here, in northern Germany, in the Fields of Arle. Arle is a province in, I believe, northern Germany, where Uwe Rosenberg grew up around that area. And yes, supposed to be a lot of goodies inside of this box. So without further ado, let's check it out. So all right, so here's the back of the box. All right, so let's do a little bit of the reading here, if we can see it here. Sorry for the little bit of glare there, as it's afternoon, the sun's going down. So in the small East Frisian village of Arle, on the verge of the 18th century, your family must take care of numerous tasks, dehydrate the moor, plow the farmland, and breed the animals. Improving your craftsmanship in the village and constructing the appropriate buildings will be invaluable. Turn by turn, you will assign various tasks to the members of your family while preparing for the impending change of season. Use your vehicles to trade resources with other villages and upgrade your goods. Fields of Arle, designer Uwe Rosenberg, Agricola, and A Feast for Odin, as we mentioned earlier, presents his own family history, and his father was born and raised in Arle. So this game does take up a lot of real estate, as you'll see, so I definitely expect there to be a lot of components in here. So it's ages 14 and above. Let's see if I can show you there. Ages 14 and above. 1 and 2 players, as you can see. The expansion adds a third player. Expansion Tea and Trade, which we'll be doing a separate unboxing for that. And about 60 minutes per person. It's supposed to be. So all right. So without further ado, let's open it up and see what's in the box. Colorful box. That's kind of like from the Feast for Odin type ships. Well, a little bit, maybe not. But, all right, here we go. Oh, not as much inside the box as I thought there might be. So, all right, of course you have your rule book, which is on top here. Let's see if I can get the microphone over here while I flip through the pages. So there's your player boards and all the components inside of it. Overall layout. So setup basically, and we get started. About the board and the vehicles. Goes through everything in the building, all the buildings and stuff you had to make. The meeples, the sheep, and all the animals. How you do your moors, and that's your barn right there, which you're going to put your vehicles in. Different vehicles you can put inside the barn. The action spaces, what you do on each of the action spaces. The end of the game and the winner. And the appendix here. So not too many pages, 20 pages it looks like. What to do for, so some frequently asked questions, kind of basically. Alright, so that's your rule book. And on top you have your player pieces and everything. You're going to be putting the stickers, I think, on top of these. Different player colors and everything. And monitor your resources and all that good stuff. So pretty standard there. Extra baggies, always appreciated. And here's your peat right here, little cubes. Show you, pretty standard, just basic cubes. So there you go. So that's the peat you're gonna cut. And your little meeples here for all your animal meeples. Pretty standard. If you ever play Agricola, you're probably familiar with them. The cow. So we can show you there, the cow. Looks like your sheepies. So your sheep. They almost look like gophers or armadillos or something. And then your black are the horses. But you'll raise those and you'll use them to pull your carts and everything. Your trading resources. And let's see, I thought there was one more. Maybe not. I guess that's it. Alright, so you get a whole big bag of these. Your little score pad here. Always appreciated what goes into the scoring. Looks like fairly simple scoring, nothing that too complicated. And lots of player boards here. So this is the these are what your player boards are going to look like. One of your player boards. So your travel track here on the left with all the little stars there, and then you'll put your peat on the bottom here, and then your the tide comes in from up top, and you put your little fences in there, and build your farmland and so forth. So yeah, just a regular back, nothing on the back there. So that's one of your player boards. And again for the second player right here. And let's see what we got here. So this is basically a setup sheet here. Setup and overview. Looks like each player gets one of these, because it's two of these. In the back, equipment, just various things, animals, turning tiles, and so forth. So each player will get one of those. And here you go, here are the stickers. This is going to be a pain, I think, to put the stickers on the cows and the stuff, so I don't even know if we'll do that, but we'll definitely do these, though, the people. So I've heard that these have trouble staying on, the stickers and everything, so we'll probably have to glue them on or something, or laminate them somehow. So stickers there for that. And here is the main board, which is pretty big. I can show you the whole thing in one shot, but we'll try. So that is the action board right here. On the left go all the buildings, and then on the right all the actions you can take. On the left it looks like the autumn and spring, or no, July, summer, I guess, July through October, and then November, so January, December preparation, so that'd be the winter. December through April is the winter, as you can see right there. So pretty big host of actions you're going to get. Like I said, it takes up a lot of table space. Actually, I think there's a back to this. No, there's no back. It's just the front there. And then here are going to be a punch out. So all your it looks like your stables you can get. Some of your buildings you can buy. Ships and stuff you can get. Let's see what we got here. I think where you put the different buildings. Oh yeah, this is the board where you put the different equipment and stuff you can buy on. You put it all in there. Now these right here, some of the resources come like this because the wood. It's because you can sell and put them on your carts and stuff. So that's why you need the this and not the cubes. So I'll show you what. I'll just take one out and nice and thick though. Nice thick pieces. I like that. So I'll show you what when I get to the carts, what they're used for and everything. So let's see here. So here you go. So your ships there for shipping your trade goods. Again, I think I showed you these before. And here you go. This will make more sense then. So let's see here. Actually, this is another piece to put your carts on and stuff. With more buildings. So all the different buildings in the game. There is some different buildings will come out. Some are standard through the whole game, and some of them will vary from game to game. Again, more like hides, I think, over here. More boats. And more buildings. So buildings that are in the game. Action space, you can buy. Let's see here. Here we go. This is where I show you there. So if you look at this right here, up top here. See, that's a cart right there up top. So you would put, this would fit right here. The wood would fit in your cart like, let's see, sorry. Actually, let me just take it out totally. It's not going to work that way. Just say you bought a cart. And I think that costs 5 wood and 1 horse. And you would, in order to ship stuff on this, or you would put your wood right on here. That would take up a space there. So you could technically ship 3 pieces of wood if you wanted to. But yep. So this is like one side of the cart here. Oh, actually, this is to upgrade it. I think this is to upgrade it. You need 5 pieces of wood and 1 horse in order to upgrade it. 1 victory point. Then if you flipped it over and upgrade it, see it's got 4 spaces now. And it's worth it, but this will cost, actually maybe it's 5 for this one, and then when you upgrade it, it's going to cost you 7. But it's worth 2 victory points at the end. And then again, you can put this stuff in here to ship. You probably want to ship more valuable resources other than just the wood. Would be more useful probably on your farm. But again, this is for the, I think, peat. You can sell it. That's the peat there. And some other resources and stuff. Finished goods and things like that. So here's the peat bogs there. Which you can, so they're worth -4 if you leave them there, but if you flip them and you cut the peat, you'll put the cut pieces of peat, so it looks like each one holds 4 pieces of peat, and then it's worth -4 points if you don't cut the peat, if you don't prepare the peat, and then if you cut the peat, this is worth -1 on this, and then if you get rid of this whole thing, it produces more land in which you can farm on. And put barns and whatnot. And just more stuff, more buildings and farmland here. Peat mosses, peat bogs, sorry, and equipment there too. And let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is kind of interesting to see. So as you see here, like see this is like Bremen right here. So this is a real small cart right here, which you could ship something like 1 item on. But here, if you ship these goods to this town right here, it gives you food. You do it in exchange for food. And you would put these right here on your player board after you finish them. So it flips over, and that road that you saw with the stars on the player board there, you use this to cover it, and you get victory points depending upon how much of that's territory, that path you've covered. So obviously the bigger towns or the more stuff you ship to are going to be longer and therefore cover more space. So that's one way to do that. And lots of goods, of course. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Feast for Odin. Here are the cloth or whatever in here. I think that's the first player token there, that thing that gets stickers on it too. Like a lighthouse, I think it is. And then these are the little small orders, like these small towns right here. You can put a sheep there for food, and so forth. So different items you can ship to these different villages, and you'll get points for them. These ones right here only take one good, the small villages, and the ones I showed you in the other sheet were the bigger villages, or towns. Even cities, I guess. Alright, so this is your other player board here. So, this is your barn where you're going to put your carts and boats and everything in. So, you have to have at least one in here, or else you get negative 3 points at the end. And then up here, these are all the different villages you're going to put those tiles for in order to complete orders. And then this gives you a brief summary of what you do during the winter to prepare for the winter and to prepare for the summer. So in the wintertime, you have to feed and heat your house. In the summertime, you just have to feed your people, obviously, because you don't need any heat. All right, and then this is the second player board here, same thing. So again, only 2 player boards because it's only a 2-player game, the base game. And then here are some other goods you can ship here. These are like hides, and on the back are like coats and boots and stuff like that. So fit upgraded goods on the back. Now this right here actually is the back of the lighthouse. Oh, okay, so that's just the back of the lighthouse there. Yep, and that's it. Pretty much is inside the box. Not as much as I thought there would be. But again, only a 2-player game, so you don't need a ton, I guess. But that is Fields of Arle by Uwe Rosenberg. And I think in the expansion box, I think there's also a book that's going to tell you all about the area around the Arle. I think that's in the expansion box. So we'll get to that when we open that and see if that's in there too. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Fields of Arle by Uwe Rosenberg and Z-Man Games. Again, we'll probably be playing this a lot solo. But we did get the expansion, so we can add a few things like shipping and different other things than that, as well as India, trading tea to India and all that stuff. But that's it. So thank you for joining me. We have Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next board game unboxing. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.